Merhaba Falcons and
Ramadan Kareem. Today is April 14th.
And you're watching Bahrain School TV.
April is the month of the military child, in which we celebrate the hardships that today-connected children go through. Here's a look inside the life of a military child by Keon.
April is the month of the military child. I've gathered some of my friends to talk about the pros and cons of being a Dodea military child in Bahrain.
A challenge that I dealt with being a military child is having to move to a different place that I'm just not familiar with at all, and a place that I never really planned on moving on.
One problem I face as a military child is getting too attached to my friends. They can just leave out of nowhere without just like a week's notice.
One challenge that I faced being a military child would be having to leave my friends and family I built a connection with over the years.
A benefit to being a military child is the ability to experience different cultures that I wouldn't have if I was just living in the same place the whole time.
One benefit to being a military child is getting to see the world and traveling for sports with the school and your friends.
A benefit of being a military child would be having the opportunity to travel places in Italy, Rome, and Germany to represent your school in all different places.
Falcons, during these unprecedented times of COVID-19, do not be afraid to reach out for support. Counselors, teachers, and your friends are all here to help. With that being said, here's a Socializing PSA by Steven.
The game in front of you is a social game. It's a game in VR where you play and hang out with friends, and you also talk with others while playing. The reason why I'm sharing this with you is because I want to show you what socializing looks and feels like. You're playing a game, you're having fun with others, while you're also staying safe in quarantine. Now, I do not know if we're going to be in brick and mortar later, but even if we are going back, it might be possible to go back to virtual as well. So I think it's also best to show this as well. Socializing isn't always about video games. You don't have to always play to win, and you don't always have to just play. You can just hang out with others. There's an application called Discord, for example. This Discord app is also used to find other friends, if your parents allow it, of course, but even then. Anyway, I can't really say all of the social right now because if I do, I'm going to take too much time for the news. But pretty much, just make sure you find something online. And even if you can't use online, try to find someone's address and use a letter. Not a random person, no. If you do, you're probably going to go to prison or jail, in which you will get social, but you'll get social to the wrong people and possibly get scarred for life. But anyway, back to you.
Graduation is coming up hot and fast, and lots of seniors are looking back at their time here in which they could do some things a little bit differently. Let's hear some advice from seniors that they wish they could tell their freshman selves.
With the school year coming to an end, I feel like it's perfect timing to look back at our freshman self and give advice to not only us, but to new incoming freshmen to get through high school just like we did.
The advice that I would give to my freshman self is to challenge myself more, taking harder classes and also keeping up with all the work that is due.
The advice I'd give to my freshman self is to start good study habits, because now it's so hard to pick them up as a senior, and to go to all the school dances and all the activities because they're fun.
Some advice I would give my freshman self is to do better in school and just pay attention to the teachers, because that goes a long way.
Some advice I'd give my freshman self would make sure you have a physical before sophomore year so you can play basketball.
Some advice I'd give to my freshman self is to keep pushing, and no matter how hard it may seem, that in the end it will be all worth it, and to just give it your all.
Here at Bahrain School, we like to highlight our students and their hobbies. This week, we'll be taking a look at Sophie and her DIY hobbies.
My name is Sophie, and I am in the class of 2022. Something that I like about the Bahrain School is the diversity of the students who attend here. Something unique that I'd like to share is my various hobbies under the DIY category. According to the Oxford Dictionary, DIY is the activity of building, decorating, and making repairs at home by oneself rather than employing a professional, hence the abbreviation for do-it-yourself. So when I say I'm a DIY person, I mean I do many things around the house by myself, with the exception of including my artworks such as paintings, drawings, sewing, and handwriting. I've always been told that I have good hand-eye coordination. Therefore, if you give me a picture, I can draw or paint it and it'll look exactly the same as the picture, but without the tracing, of course. With that said, I can set my mind to anything I want to do, as long as it's hands-on. One of the hands-on projects I recently completed is making a sign for my sister's home in Mississippi as an overdue wedding gift. I first had to go to a carpenter's workshop to collect wood, and then after that, use sandpaper to scratch off the extra debris and make it a little smoother so that I can carve it. I really can do anything, and it's a dream of mine to make this come true through business.
Next month is Teacher Appreciation Month, and today we'd like to highlight one of our own teachers, Miss Garrison, who's been awarded Teacher of the Year in all of Dodea. To celebrate her accomplishment, here's an interview with our correspondent, John.
Hi, I'm LaShonda Garrison, and I am an elementary school teacher here at Bahrain School. It's an honor, actually, to be nominated as a Teacher of the Year. I don't take it lightly, and like I said, I'm very honored to be nominated as a Dodea Teacher of the Year. Oh, the most exciting thing for me about educating the next generation is just seeing the amazing things that they're able to accomplish. And I'm hoping that the next generation are able to be change makers and to make an impact to society and to those around them. So the exciting thing is just seeing what they're able to do and accomplish. Actually, yes, I honestly wanted to be a biochemist, and I wanted to study biochemistry and discover a cure for a disease. I'm not sure, because I just see that education, teaching, and learning as a part of my life in some way or another. So it might be at a different level, it might be more at an organizational level, but I always see myself being a part of teaching and learning. I just want to thank you so much for this time and allowing me to share my heart around teaching, learning, and students.
Now it's time for Joke of the Day. Cody, how much does a chimney cost?
I don't know, Miriam. How much?
Nothing. It's on the house.
Fly high, Falcons.
And make it a great day.